I want to introduce everybody to the new 1 Series John Deere Round Balers. The baler we've got in front of us here today is the first one that we've had hit the lot. This is a 561M. That's a 5 foot wide, 6 foot high baler, M Series. This baler has got some options on it that I want to go over with you today. As great as our 560 baler was, this baler offers some options that weren't available, and I think you're going to like some of these. The first one is one that we've heard numerous times in the past, and it's because these rolls of net wrap are getting longer, bigger rolls, they're getting heavier, and it's just difficult for a lot of us to pick that roll up and get it up into the position. So now, put this little prop rod in place right here. Grab this tethered control, and we have a winch. So all we have to do now to put this roll of net wrap in the baler is let this down. The rolls of John Deere net wrap have these two handles already on them. Just hook into the two handles and let the winch do the heavy lifting for us. It'll pick the roll of net up so we can put it up into the storage position, or let it back down into the operations position. Unhook. Pull that back up into the top. Flip your roll of net in. And all that's done without any heavy lifting by the operator. At night, we've got LED lights under the cover here. That seems to always be the time when I need to put net wrap in, is at just about 30 minutes after dark. And so now we've got lights so we can see what we're doing. When you get done, all you do is just take the prop rod out, put it back in the storage position, and close the door. Easy as that. And this baler's also got a few other features on it. We've got a moisture sensor now so that we can tell the moisture of our crop as we're harvesting, give you a better idea of what you're doing, if it's getting too wet, whatever. Another option that is available, this baler does not have, there's a weight cell available that will weigh each bale and document how much they weigh so you can keep up with your tonnage. Another one of the options we've got on this baler is a grease bank, and they've also added some indicators here so you know which grease fitting you are greasing with each one. We've got a heavy duty option on this baler, puts a heavier chain here. Number 9 and number 11 roller are the ones that take all the pressure when you're baling, especially in silage. In this configuration, it gives you a larger hex shaft and larger bearings on those two rollers to increase the durability of the machine. We've got a radial slip clutch versus the friction clutches like we normally use. Also part of the heavy duty package. The pickup also has larger cams and larger rollers in it. That's in addition to what a silage baler would have. This is one step above that as far as durability goes. Some of the things that they've changed on the baler, right here where everything always built up and it was hard to get out, they've added a sloped surface right here. They've also added a sloped surface to the top of the twine boxes up there, so you'll get less buildup of crop residue and things behind the door of your machine. Also on the 1 Series baler is a new monitor. The balers will come standard with a 5E display. This display is strictly a monitor for the baler. It replaces the brown box that we've used for several years, but also gives some enhanced features that we didn't have before. One of those being the option to have a third bale shape sensor, which this baler does have. We've got a max button right here. when you're through at the end of the day or at the end of a field and you like a little bit on the windrow being done and you want to finish up and put it into that last bale, all you have to do now is just push the max button, finish out the windrow, and put it in that bale so that you don't have to go change the bale size and then change it back. It will also keep up with what client farm field that you're running on. It's going to keep a counter on how many bales, what the moisture percentage is averaging, and if you have the weight scales on there, it will keep up with how many tons you've done. Also included in this is it will keep up with how many tons per hour you've done, how many bales per hour you've done. Gives you a lot more insight on your operation later on. The other thing is, because this is an ISO compatible display, means that if you have a tractor that has a Gen 4 or Gen 5 display in the tractor, this baler will run on the display that's already in your machine. You won't have to have a separate monitor for that application. One less monitor in the cab, everybody likes less clutter. Now, the balers are available in several configurations. This baler has baler automation on it. With the ISO monitor and a compatible tractor with the correct features on it, this baler will not only eject the bale when it's full, close the tailgate for you, it will also stop and start the tractor. Depending on what tractor you have, which features are available. But I think everybody's going to like this. And little monitor is awful small and thin, so even if you are using this monitor, it won't be like that big brown box that we've had in the past that took up a lot of room and stuff in the cab of your tractor. So just wanted to give everybody a few of the highlights of what the 1 Series balers are. Come see us. We'd love to see you one.